Hey everybody, welcome to Comics with Bueller. As always, I'm Bueller. Today is episode 11 of Comics, Coffee, and Comments, where we show you some great books, we drink some awesome coffee, and we read some of your comments you guys left on some of my older videos. Today is a special episode. This episode is dedicated to Steve Ditko, who recently passed away. One of the founding fathers of our comic books that we all know and love. So it's a little somber episode. Is that the right word? I think it is. We have some nice coffee that we're drinking, and in honor of Steve Ditko, it's just black coffee. It's Green Mountain Roast Organic, brought to you by Mocha Express. That's a local coffee shop I go to all the time. They got 4 or 5 locations in Milwaukee, Portland area. So if you're local, go check them out. If not, and you come into town, let me know. We'll go hang out and get a coffee together. This is just black coffee today, because every time I see Steve Ditko in the pictures, he's just sitting there doing this thing, and I'm pretty sure he's not drinking a latte or a mocha or nothing like that. So this one's for you, Steve Ditko. It's very good, very strong. Helps me get through the day. Coffee probably helped him get through all those long hours of coming up with great ideas and making them happen. Anyway, let's go ahead and get to some books. All these books are kind of dedicated to him. You know, they're not necessarily his books, but the characters are based on what he came up with. But like I have this one right here, Amazing Fantasy Spider-Man. It's kind of an homage cover to Amazing Fantasy 15, so I wanted to show that one. Very cool Spider-Man. He co-created Spider-Man with Stan Lee, and it's just fantastic. You know, just you can imagine. You know, I'm sitting there and think, oh, this is a good idea, and sure enough, look at it, it's years and years later, and it's one of the most popular characters in the history. So awesome. Amazing Spider-Man #1. This is the True Believers. I wish I had the real one, but I don't. Looks really cool. This is one of my favorite villains that he came up with. Dr. Octopus. Also made first appearance in Amazing Spider-Man. This isn't it, by the way. And then there's another Dr. Octopus book, Marvel Tales, Spider-Man #40. You probably can't see him because he's green. And I want to show this one. This is just because it's got Gwen Stacy on the cover. It's the first one where she was on the cover. And that was one of his creations or co-creations. And I don't like getting into the argument about who created what. It's none of my concern. You know, we're all just blessed to have these wonderful minds come together and put together the stuff that we love. So thank you very much. Let's go ahead and get to some comments. This first one here, and these comments are from the video that I did, kind of letting you guys know that he had passed away. So that's what these comments are from. This is from ETA Nick. He said, for sure, this news kind of flew under the radar for the past few days. It is sad, but it's a part of life. The older we get, the more mortality reminds us as friends and family started to go away. He will live forever with Spider-Man. He will, you know, and all his creations that he had put out there, you know, those will live forever. So that's just awesome. Next one is from CaptainStrangeLife. He said, oh my God, no. I'm so saddened by this. Thanks for letting us know. And he put like in capitals, oh my God, no. It's strange because like this information about him passing away like didn't get released till like a week later. So it's, I don't know. You would think that it would have been more publicized, but I'm glad it's getting the attention now because he's well deserved that attention. Okay, let's go ahead and get to some of the books. And these are some of the other characters that he had a hand in creating. This is Hawk and Dove #1. Those are 2 characters that he created. It's not his book, but you know, I don't have a lot of his books because they're spendy, but I can show you the characters. So here's this is Infinite Crisis #5. That's Blue Beetle. He created Blue Beetle. And then I wanted to show this one because this is relevant right now, obviously. Doctor Strange #1. He created Doctor Strange. I mean, just awesome, you know. Doctor Strange, Spider-Man, come on. And then this one right here is Iron Man Submariner #1. Now, he didn't create Iron Man, but he did come up with the red and gold costume that we're all familiar with, and that's really cool. And this is a great Kirby cover right here, but it just shows off the red and gold costume that Ditko came up with. So just very cool. Glad to show. That's actually one of my favorite books. I've showed that a few times. But he came up with that costume. You know, it's a lot better than the tin can he was wearing before. So that's really cool. Let's get back to some more comments right here. And this one right here is from Prowler671. He says, thanks for sharing. Just read that he has no known surviving family members and is believed that he had never married. Sad to know he passed away alone. You know, it is sad that he was alone. But I kind of, from what I read about him, that's kind of the way he preferred it. He didn't marry. He does have some family. I just heard that like he has a nephew and maybe his brother. His brother might have passed away, I'm not for sure. But I did hear that they are taking care of what needs to be taken care of, so that's nice to know. And then this next one here is by Victor Cervantes, and I might get that wrong. If I do, I'm sorry. He said, sad news for the comic book community. One of the godfathers of Marvel. Yeah, he's definitely a godfather. You know, you get your big three. You got Kirby, you got Lee, and you got Ditko. And you know, we're down to one. You know, which unfortunately that day probably is not too far off. You know, but to think those minds coming together and like I said, coming up with all these original ideas, just awesome, amazing. So anyway, let's get back to a few more books. Set those down. And these are some of the villains that he came up with. And like I said, I don't have the actual book, but like this is the Molten Man, another villain. He did a lot of villains. The Green Goblin, which is just awesome. The Sandman, another one, very cool. And then you know, you have the Sinister Six. He put all them together, so that was awesome. I think they were actually going to make a Sinister Six movie, but that fell through. And this is one of my favorite books right here. I want to show this one again. This is Amazing Spider-Man number 42. This is the first appearance of Mary Jane Watson, and Steve Ditko had his hand in creating Mary Jane as well. So just awesome, awesome characters. And you know, I'm missing a bunch. You know, Squirrel Girl, what's it? Question or an answer or something like that. I don't know. There's a bunch of them. J. Jonah Jameson, and you know, like I said, if I'm missing them, I'm sorry. You know, the guy's got a huge list of characters that he created, and I can't go on forever. So, you know, there's a couple more comments I want to read here. This one was by Caloy's Comics. He says, "Rest in peace, Steve Ditko. I was just checking his earlier work. Likewise, he was the founding father of the comic books. So sad." And he was founding father, you know, like I said before. And his earlier work was awesome. And then, you know, his later work was good too. I'm not tremendously familiar with it, you know, but he kind of, after he left Marvel, he went to DC, then he did a bunch of other stuff, you know. So he kept working, but he always liked his work life was private. So I kind of got the feeling from what I read that once he was done with his work day, that was it. You know, he liked to do other things, or you know, he didn't really like to talk about it much. So, and this last one is by Horrific Nightmare JM, I believe. It is a very sad day for all comic book fans. Rest in peace to the creator of my favorite superhero. And that's the thing. Favorite superhero, Spider-Man. That's a lot of people's favorite superheroes. It's the top 2 or 3 superheroes of all time, and to think that he had his hand in creating that is just awesome. And that's why the memory of Steve Ditko will live forever, and his legacy will go on forever. So that's just fantastic. I'm going to take another sip of my coffee. Anyway, guys, I go ahead and leave comments in here. I really appreciate it. You know, what's your favorite Ditko books? What's your memories? All that good stuff. Write them down here, and who knows, maybe someone from his family might see this and just to see all the fans and how much we appreciate them, it goes a long way. So feel free to do that, and that's fantastic. Okay guys, that's all I have. It's Monday morning. I'll let you guys go ahead and get ready for work. I'm gonna go back to bed. I'll see you next time. Bye.